AVC Sports and 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON present high school basketball. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ECO Center, the Eco Center here near St. Clairsville, Ohio. Tonight we have a East District Division IV semifinal between the number 1 seed Maysville Panthers and the number 5 seed East Liverpool Potters. The Panthers enter tonight's contest with a 21-3 record. Meanwhile, the Potters sport a record of 17-7. My name is Mike Snively, and I will be describing tonight's action. Joining me tonight will be Richard Hall. So, Richard, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, I think, Mike, it's a really good matchup on paper. Obviously, you know, Maysville's coming in at 21-3 with their very impressive state tournament run a year ago. And they're just trying to recapture that magic once again here in the district semifinals against East Liverpool. East Liverpool, I think, is going to be a very good opponent for them coming in at 17-7, as you just said. East Liverpool really shoots the ball well from the perimeter. They have 3 guys that shoot at 40% or a little better from the perimeter. But I think in talking to Maysville's coaches, the strength of East Liverpool is their ability to offensive rebound the basketball, and I know that's a concern for the Panthers tonight.
Well, they do have a big man in there. I do know that, East Liverpool, Deshaun Kirby. And the last time Maysville saw a big man, it was with West Holmes. West Holmes only had 1 victory on the year, but they had a 6'7" center by the name of Manny Camacho. And he did cause Maysville some problems. And I talked with Dave Brown earlier about that. And he made that a note that the Kirby boy, who averages just 6.4 points, but he does average 8, almost 9 rebounds a game. So that's going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Brown tonight. I want to thank our sponsors tonight for sponsoring our game tonight. Allen Hunter State Farm, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Surgent Construction, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doane Ford, People's Bank, and Wakefield Dental. I also want to thank, we're going to have a post-game player of the game sponsored by Lock 9 Pizza in Duncan Falls, and that award will go to a Maysville player who will be awarded a Lock 9 Pizza from Lock 9 in Duncan Falls. Our scoreboard updates tonight are brought to you by Bradley Lending Team with First Home Ohio Finance. So let's take a look, Richard, and let's see how these two teams have gotten here. We're in the East 1 sectional district. Only one team, correct, Richard? One team only is going to Athens for the regional in Division 4. So Maysville played a pigtail game early. The unique thing about Maysville, they played West Holmes, the 1-win West Holmes team, as the last regular season game of the year. They struggled mightily and were down 1 in the fourth quarter, but came back and had an impressive fourth quarter showing for a blowout victory in the final regular season game. They then match up with West Holmes 2 days later at Maysville. Same exact scenario. Maysville's only up 1 starting the fourth quarter, and then they went on a barrage where they scored 34 points in the fourth quarter, and they end up beating Millersburg West Holmes 80-54. Then they played Claymont, and they got off to a fabulous start last week, and they beat Claymont 74-35. For the Potters, East Liverpool had a test in the first round where they were West Muskingum, an MVL school, traveled to made the long trip to East Liverpool, Columbiana County, and they held off West Muskingum 66-61, and then East Liverpool beat Carrollton in a very tight game, 47-46. So that's where we're sitting at tonight. The winner tonight will play the winner of the John Glenn Indian Valley game, which now is getting ready to set the tip-off in Cambridge. So too early to talk about sites for that game. We want to see how tonight goes. But Maysville's going to be led tonight by all juniors, as usual, not a senior on the roster. They're going to be led by Gator Nichols coming in, averaging 26 points a game. And then Jordan Watson averaging 17 points a game. They also start the 6'5 junior Kane Roerig, who is averaging 8 points a game. Landon Iden, the junior, 5'11", he's averaging 10 points a game. And Cade Rock, the 6'4 defensive specialist, do it all around on defensive end, averaging 3 points a game. For East Liverpool, they will start senior, 5'11", Cohen Pease. Cohen Pease averages 12.5 points per game. Nate Birch, 6-foot senior, their leading scorer, 14 points a game. Also had, early January, had a game where he recorded 11 three-pointers in one game, set the school record. Senior 5'11 senior, Quentin Conrad, he averages 11 points a game. Blake Adkins is a senior. He's 5'11". He averages 9 points a game. And the big man we talked about earlier, Deshaun Kirby, 6'5" senior, averages about 6.5 points a game and about 9 rebounds a game. So those are our starting lineups tonight. And they got the clock set here. It says we have 1:23 till tip-off, but we know that's going to be for the introductions of everybody in the national anthem. Richard, what a beautiful facility.
Boy, it really is. Great place for high school basketball. It's been redone and with a new floor, and just really has a great appeal to it. Good location for basketball. Exciting game tonight. It's going to be interesting how it turns out.
It is, and it's a very comfortable setting here. Mark Cook does a fantastic job of running the Eco Center here near St. Clairsville. Well, we have both teams coming out standing for the national anthem. Crowd starting to rise to their feet. We're going to take a little break here. We'll be back go over couple more pregame tips, and then as the Maysville fan comes to their feet, we'll be back. Right after this, you are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP-TV and Nash ICON.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Experience luxury and power like never before with the Ford F-150. Available now at Doane Ford. With its sleek exterior, EcoBoost V6 engine, and low miles, these F-150s are ready for any adventure. Enjoy modern conveniences like power windows, locks, cruise control, and a climate-controlled cab. Don't miss out on this exceptional driving experience. Visit Doane Ford today, located at 66870 Belmont Morristown Road, or visit them online at DoaneFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doane Ford.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
Back to the Eco Center. Mike Snively, Richard Hall getting ready for this district semifinal matchup between the East Liverpool Potters and the Maysville Panthers. Richard, I was doing a little bit of research on the side today, and I noticed that Maysville likes to turn people over a lot. But when they turn other teams over, but they also value the ball. And I saw where East Liverpool averages maybe 15 turnovers. And the style that Maysville plays, that could play into their favor tonight.
Yes, it really could. You know, Maysville's going to get after them full court. I talked to both Coach Brown and Coach Cox just before the game, and they said we had 2 really good days of practice. We just need to be us. And for them, that's to get out, play good defense. And, I think we'll see some full court man, some half court man, maybe some trapping. We just don't know exactly what Maysville's going to do. But he did say this, that they're really concerned about East Liverpool's transition game because they will push it out and go. So they got to make sure they get up and down the floor. Even though they're pressing, if there's a turnover, they know that East Liverpool's going to take it at them.
East Liverpool, athletic. They've been to the district semifinals many, many times in the past. They've struggled to get over the hump. Last year they lost in the district semifinals to another familiar foe, MVL foe, Tri-Valley. So East Liverpool, no stranger to making it to the districts. Maysville, on the other hand, we know they've been really successful the last several years under the direction of Dave Brown, state runner-up last year, regional participant a few years ago, and they've just continued to get better and better and better. And this is a junior-dominated roster where there's just very high expectations in the program now. But it should be an interesting matchup between these two. Speaking of East Liverpool, I noticed East Liverpool has played a game in this complex once this year. They played in the OVAC Finals, where they lost to Cambridge in the 4A division of the OVAC. The conference, the MVL, Muskingum Valley League, still has 6 of their 12 teams playing. Maysville here tonight. John Glenn is at Cambridge playing Indian Valley. 2 MVL teams actually have to play in Division 5, Riverview and Coshocton. That's a nice county rival for a district. And then you have Tri-Valley, who plays Steubenville tonight. And last night, New Lexington went down to Chillicothe Southeastern High School and beat, who did they beat last night, Richard? Was it, I'm trying to think who they beat last night. I know the game before, they're going to play Meggs. They beat Circleville.
Right,
It just hit me. They beat Circleville. So New Lexington's one of these teams too. I feel bad for them because they play in the MVL, but when it comes to the state tournaments, they have to play in the Southeast District. So they got a lot of travel to do. And but they've been successful lately too. So as Maysville, crowd comes to their feet as they get ready to introduce the players. As usual, a strong contingent from South Zanesville. And one thing you'll notice, and I noticed this last year, the more they won, the bigger the crowds got. And tonight they have their section. Each section holds about 1,200 people. This one's not, the Maysville side's not quite full, but I'd say there's a good 600, 700, 800 people here from Maysville.
Yeah, very nice crowd. They love the tournament trail. They really had a great experience last year all the way to the state finals, and obviously carrying over to this year in terms of the excitement. So nothing better, Mike, than tournament basketball. And I'll say this, tournament basketball in the East District's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and we are only about 4 days out from that magical month of March, and it's everybody's favorite time of the year where you just never know what's going to happen. Maysville's going to have to get off to a strong start tonight. They had some sluggish starts there toward the end of the year, but they did come out to a very strong start against Claymont. One thing that we talked about too, Richard, this is an arena type setting. Shooting backgrounds are going to be different, and Maysville did get to come practice here, so that could play in a factor as well. So Maysville comes white uniforms, blue and gold trim. East Liverpool in their traditional blue uniforms with white trim. We're getting ready to go here as Kane Rohrig and Deshaun Kirby are going to tip it up. The lights are off underneath the bleachers, and the lights are on the floor. Maysville controls the ball. Landon Iden gives it to Jordan Watson. Right off the bat is a Gator Nichols 3, no good. Rebound by Pease for East Liverpool. Cohen Pease, the 5'11 senior, averages 12.5 points, being guarded by Cade Rock. Panthers in their man-to-man defense, shot up, no good. Kirby, the big man, with a make and a foul. So Deshaun Kirby gets the offensive rebound, goes up strong. He's a load in there, 6'5", and the basket was good.
Really is, and that's one thing we talked about in the pregame was, Maysville's ability to keep East Liverpool off the glass, and obviously Kirby did a great job there on the stick back.
Yeah, Kirby, as you can tell, almost looks like a defensive end, college defensive end. Officials are discussing who the foul was on. I believe it was on, they called Cade Rock. Now they're discussing something to do with Kirby. He may have some blood, bloody nose maybe.
I think so.
Might be a little bloody nose, and they have to take action there.
They'll give them a couple minutes, I believe, to try to
treat
him before they would have to sub for him here.
That is true. But yeah, the foul, I believe, was on Cade Rock. And that's his first. So Kirby jogs his way back out. East Liverpool leads early here. 2-0. Just 7:27 here, start of the first quarter. Kirby shot up, good. Only a 40% free throw shooter gets it to go. 3-0 East Liverpool. Gator Nichols gets it across half court. He's being guarded by Quentin Conrad. Over to Jordan Watson. Nichols with it on the left wing. Up to Iden. Iden penetrates, spins, kicks it back out. Kicks it out to Rorig. Rorig back to Iden. Iden goes to his left. Over to Jordan Watson. Watson hands it to Rorig. Rorig kicks it over to Iden. Iden's got a pretty good look from the corner. No good. Fight for the rebound. It's a good hustle rebound by Watson. Kicks it out to Rorig. No good. Defensive rebound there for East Liverpool's Nate Birch. Peace gets it across. Maysville scoreless right now. 3-0 East Liverpool leads early here at the Eco Center. Peace dribbles in. He's triple teamed. Turnover picked up by Rorig. Rorig hands it to Gator. Gator kicks it across. Rorig thought about the three, kicks it over to Iden. Iden penetrates. East Liverpool doing a good job of getting to the shooters. Watson goes in. Ball knocked out. Right now, Maysville it's a steal. Turnover by Maysville. Maysville looks a little passive right now on the offensive end. East Liverpool comes down the court. Gets it in the Pease. Pease thought about it, goes out, shoots a three, no good, air ball. Rebound by Atkins. Atkins goes up, 2 points, good. Blake Atkins, 5-0. Potters lead Maysville. Gator gets it across. Maysville looking for a good offensive possession here. Gator goes up, kicks it over to Rorig. Rorig shoots a three, good. Kane Rorig bangs home a three.
It's a big bucket by Rorig there just to stop the bleeding a little bit.
And it looks like, okay, they gave him a 2, but now the scoreboard does say 3, and you're right, Richard. They needed that. East Liverpool gets it across the timeline. And that's just kind of a throw by Blake Atkins. Here comes the Panthers. Over to Jordan Watson. He fakes. Gets it into Rorig. Rorig, first shot, no good. Gets his own rebound. Iden kicks it over to Gator. Gator has a great look for three in the corner. No good. Rebound, Watson. Watson goes up. He's fouled and one. Jordan Watson, offensive rebound. Goes up, gets the basket. Bucket's good. Panthers with a chance to take the lead.
Big offensive rebound by Watson right there. Nichols had a great look in the corner. Just came off the backside. Watson did a great job. Guys hanging all over him. And
Watson, a 79% free throw shooter on the year. And we have officials stops a free throw again. Do we have blood again?
we must.
Now, I'm going to assume Kirby's blood transferred over to Jordan Watson's uniform. So they're going to have to spray something on his jersey to get the blood out. Interesting start to the first 3 minutes of this game.
Really is, and I was going to mention this, Mike. Now we have a break. Quentin Conrad has not rotated off Gator Nichols. Everybody else is rotating defensively.
Yeah.
They are not leaving Gator Nichols. He's not leaving him. He's not helping away from the basketball.
Right.
He's within arm's length of Gator the entire time so far.
And that's going to be Coach Cade Reynolds' philosophy tonight, is to try to cut down Gators' points, who averages 26 points per game. Gavin Ferguson's going to check in now for Jordan Watson. He's going to have to shoot the free throw. So you don't see that very often, where the free throw shooter going for the conventional three-point play has to come out because there's blood on him. So Ferguson steps in. He's a 61% free throw shooter, misses it. Tie game, 5-5 East Liverpool with a rebound. Here comes the pressure from Maysville. East Liverpool, Conrad gets it across, being guarded by the sophomore Gavin Ferguson. Conrad goes hard, kicks it into Kirby. Kirby goes up, no good, or Atkins, I'm sorry. And that goes off of Blake Atkins' hands. Maysville basketball. Atkins didn't like the call, doesn't matter. Going to be Maysville basketball. Watson checks in for Landon Iden now. So Watson back in the game, must have got the jersey cleaned of the blood. Blood already down here at the Eco Center. District Semifinals, Mike Snively, Richard Hall. Nichols gets it across to Ferguson. Ferguson had it knocked out of bounds by the big man, Deshaun Kirby. Maysville will have out of bounds possession.
East Liverpool, Mike, is very active with their hands defensively, or especially around the basket.
I've noticed there's some physicality to him. Rory thought about the three, kicks it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kirby's hands are active for a big man, very active. Boy, he's got a set of shoulders on him, too.
He does. He's built like a football player, but pretty good athlete out there.
So Nichols takes it out of bounds. Kicks it out to Watson. Watson drives to his right. Kicks it over to Rock. Rock loses his handle but gets it back. Over to Gavin Ferguson. And this one's stolen by Blake Atkins. Atkins has been everywhere early tonight. Atkins goes up for a layup. Good. Blake Atkins has 4 points tonight as that gives the Potters a 7-5 lead. Maysville right back. Watson from the top of the key. Bang! Jordan Watson with his 5th point on the night, his first three. That gives Maysville an 8-7 lead over East Liverpool. Ferguson now pressuring the ball. He's pressuring Cohen Pease. Officials letting the hands go early tonight, Richard. Maysville crowd into it, stomping their feet, wanting good defensive effort, and they're going to get rocked. Just as I said, they were watching the hands. Rock put his second hand on him, and that's going to be a foul on Cade Rock. And that's going to be his second. So Cade Rock has 2 fouls. That's going to bring Landon Iden to the scores table to check in.
And that makes it hard to adjust to. If, when it gets handsy like that, then all of
Yes.
a sudden there's a foul called that far away from the basket. But, the Maysville Panthers will just have to adjust to that and adjust the way the game's being called by the officials.
And Cade Rock is 6'4", and he's long. He brings a lot to that Maysville defensive pressure. So he has 2 fouls here early in the first quarter. East Liverpool possession. Kirby goes to the hole. He's got wide open layup there for Deshaun Kirby. He's got 5 points on the night. And that's going to be 9-8. East Liverpool leads Maysville. Looking for penetration. Landon Iden shoots a long three. Good. Landon Iden with his first 3 ball on the night. Maysville back on top, 11-9, and we got a timeout by Cade Reynolds. He's going to keep it as a 30-second timeout, and we will keep it here. We'd like to hit our sponsors again. Allen Hunter State Farm, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Surgent Construction, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, and Wakefield Dental. In case you were wondering, Maysville fans, tune in and listen quite a bit. Our colleague Dave Hilliard is not here tonight. Everything's just fine with Dave. Dave's an assistant basketball coach with the Muskingum's men's basketball program, and they just so happen to be hosting a home Ohio Athletic Conference game tonight, tournament game, and it's one of the first times Muskingum's hosted a home game in a long time. So congratulations to Dave and everybody is affiliated with that Muskingum men's basketball program, and good luck tonight against Otterbein. They tipped it off at 7. So the Potters get to the crossed half court. A little trapping here from Maysville. East Liverpool doing a good job of finding the open area, but that is a turnover due to the pressure. Good job there pressuring the ball by Watson. It goes off the hands of Quentin Conrad.
And that's exactly, if you're Maysville, that's what you're trying to do right there, is just disrupt them offensively. And, I think it's interesting, Maysville is ahead 11-9, and Gator Nichols has not scored yet.
Nichols is another guy, though. He and Watson both score in bunches. I've seen Nichols. I think I've had Gator the last 3 games. He'll have 5 points, and all of a sudden he ends up with his average. And speak of the devil, Gator Nichols straight to the right, 13-9. Maysville leads East Liverpool. Jordan Watson pestering Cohen Peace. Peace between the legs, kicks it over to Gavin Wright, who's it to Blake Atkins. Over to Nate Birch. We haven't heard much from Birch tonight. Birch the leading scorer. Skip pass over to Peace. He's out of bounds. So he caught the ball. Cohen Peace catches the ball but steps on the sideline. That's a shame for him because the ball went in. It was a 3.
Yeah, just, a little bigger floor, different floor than they're used to playing on, and Peace was out of bounds there.
Spatial awareness sometimes. comes into play here in basketball. Landon Iden looked at a three, hands it over to Roerig. Roerig going to find a wide open Watson. Watson's going to lay it in. He's got he's got 7 in the quarter. It's 15-9 Maysville, 1:46 left here in the first quarter from the Eco Center in St. Clairsville. Maysville beats the pressure. East Liverpool beats the pressure, and that's a 3-bomb by Nate Birch, his first 3 on the night. 15-12, Maysville leads. Watson kicks it over to Ferguson. Ferguson goes hard, goes up high, and good. Gavin Ferguson, his first 2, 17-12. Maysville leads the Potters. Here comes the trap from Ferguson. Kicks it over to Kirby. Kirby goes down the right baseline, kicks a nice pass into Atkinson. He's going to be fouled. Let's see who they get the foul on. Blake Atkins will be going to the line for 2. And they got, it looked like Kane Roerig. That's going to be his first. That's the team 3rd in the quarter. Blake Atkins goes to the line for 2. He's shooting 48%. It's one thing East Liverpool doesn't do great, Richard. They don't shoot free throws well, 55% as a team.
But so far, so good. They're 2 for 2 as we play here tonight in the first quarter.
Exactly. Got an update from the John Glenn game. John Glenn leads Indian Valley 16-13. And now we're going to have a foul here on the rebound. Trying to catch the foul on who they called this one. We're a long way away from the action, but I love our space up here, Richard, and our hospitality we received. Sorry, Indian Valley is ahead, 16-13 over John Glenn at the end of 1. Maysville leads here by 4, 17-13. Ferguson penetrates the lane. So does Watson. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson's going to have a good look for 3. No good. Rebound, but stolen away by Jordan Watson. In the Roerig. Roerig takes the 8-footer. No good. Strong rebound there by Peace. Peace gets it. He's being guarded closely by Ferguson. And they're going to get Ferguson for the foul. That's the 4th team foul on Maysville. Next one will be shooting, but 19.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. Inbounding the ball will be Quentin Conrad. He gives it to Cohen Peace. I would expect the Potters to take one shot here. And there's a steal by Watson. Watson goes to the hole. He got fouled on the way, and let's see if they call this a shooting foul. Big steal by Watson with just 3.9 seconds. Then they're going to
calling it on the floor, looks like.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. They called it on 0, Owen Fredericks. That's his first. 2 subs coming in here for no, Coach Cox calls them back. I thought they were going to sub 2 players. It's going to be out underneath. Gator Nichols got to take it out. They lead by 4, 3.9 seconds. Quick inbounds to Watson. Watson to the turnaround jumper, no good. And that's going to end the first quarter. So at the end of 1 here at the Eco Center in St. Clairsville, Maysville leads East Liverpool 17-13. You are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP-TV and Nash Icon.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Back here at the Eco Center, East District Division IV District Semifinal. Maysville leads East Liverpool 17-13. I'm Mike Snively, joined tonight by Richard Hall. You can catch our game on Nash ICON 107.9 or 98.5, or you can view us on YRP TV. Game being produced tonight by the great Brett Klein. Cameraman Dalton Gambita. Want to thank the young men for the outstanding job that they do all season long. Here comes East Liverpool out of a 1-4 set, double screen down for Kirby. Kick it to Birch into Kirby. Kirby's at the high post, and that's a nice look. That's a really nice look. That's 2 points there for Blake Atkins. But Kirby made a nice look from the elbow down to the block. 2-point game. Nichols to the hole. Shot up, air ball. Shot it too hard. Rebound by Kirby, who hits Peace. East Liverpool looking to either tie or take the lead. Another nice look by Kirby, and another easy 2 points for Blake Atkins. All of a sudden, it's a tie game. Atkins has 9 of the 17 for the Potters. Nichols goes to the hole, kicks it out to Watson. Maysville likes to spread it out. Watson's shot's blocked by Kirby. Kirby's presence is being felt, and that ball's going to go off of Ferguson. Possession will go to East Liverpool. 17-7, 7:05 left here in the second quarter.
So far, Mike, East Liverpool is doing a really decent job of handling the Maysville pressure and then attacking them inside at the half court.
Now, I also think Maysville's a little surprised with the length of East Liverpool. The length seems to be bothering Maysville on the offensive end. And they're up for a shot. It was blocked, was Conrad. Brought it controlled by Maysville. Iden stops, pops a three, no good. Rebound, controlled by Kirby, who finds a wide open Blake Atkins. He goes up, and great hustle by Landon Iden. Iden thought he knocked it off of Atkins' knee, but I'll be honest, the officials couldn't catch up to see and didn't have a good look. It may very well have, but they give possession to East Liverpool underneath their basket. Inbounding is Conrad, who hits Peace. Peace loses control, picked up by Nichols to Iden. Iden goes in from the left side, right-hand layup, no good. Rebound to Kirby, and we got some cherry picking going on here by the East Liverpool Potters, but it's working to their favor, and that's going to be a foul on Gator Nichols. 2 guys from East Liverpool didn't even run down the court, but Landon Iden would like to have that one back.
Yeah, he would. He had a great look, just didn't make it. And, and then East Liverpool got out quick, and now they're at the line with Peace shooting 2.
He's a 64% free throw shooter, second leading scorer. That's his first points on the night. 5'11" senior. Second shot up, good. East Liverpool going to the line quite a bit here in the first half. They now lead by 2. 19-17. Gator Nichols gets it across. Being guarded by Conrad. Nichols gets to the hole, misses it. Scramble for the ball. Quentin Conrad for the Potters comes up with it. Gets it across the half-court line. Kicks it over. Birch being guarded by Iden. Kicks it in. Nice, very good passing again, but another missed layup by East Liverpool. Maysville controls the basketball. Kick over to Rorig. Rorig standing in the left corner. Here comes Jordan Watson. He is stripped from behind, and that's going to be a close, touchy foul, and they're going to call that on Blake Atkins.
Mike, I actually thought that was a travel because as he pivoted, he slid his pivot foot.
I thought it was first a travel, then I didn't think it was a foul. Nonetheless, Maysville has the basketball. Round the horn here on the play. Iden over to Nichols. Nichols being guarded closely. He's stripped again. That time, Quentin Conrad came from behind, swiped him from behind. Pease gets it. Kicks it to Kirby. Kirby at the top of the key. Kirby's doing a great job of passing. And then another missed layup there by Atkins. I wouldn't call it a layup. It was definitely contested. Down to Iden. Iden over to Gavin Ferguson. Another turnover. This one stolen by Cohen Pease. Here come the Potters. 5 minutes here in the second quarter. Potters lead by 2. I think both teams look a little gassed right now. It's getting sloppy. Another turnover, and they're going to get a foul, I believe, on Blake Atkins. That's going to be his second.
You know, an uncharacteristic of Maysville, Mike, that's their third turnover this quarter. Only had 1 in the first quarter, and then 3 here in the first, less than a little over 3 minutes here in the second quarter.
Very uncharacteristic. A team that averages about 9 a game. Anytime you're below double digits in turnovers, that's a really good sign for a high school basketball team. Here comes Gator Nichols. His Panthers trail by 2. He goes the hole. It's blocked by Kirby. Knocked out of bounds by Jordan Watson, and they're going to give the ball to East Liverpool. So Gator Nichols thought he had an open lane. Deshaun Kirby comes out of nowhere and slaps it off the backboard. Watson came to try for the offensive rebound, but he knocks it out of bounds. Potters looking to extend this lead. Pease gets it across. Over to Birch. Haven't heard a lot from Birch tonight. Has a 3. Another good job interior passing, and that's a big shot by Gavin Wright. That gives East Liverpool a 3-point lead. I'm sorry, a 4-point lead, 21-17. Nichols to the hole again, goes up. Contested by Kirby, no good. Rebounded by the Potters, Gavin Wright. Hands it off to Pease. Pease gets it across court. Goes between the legs. Kirby setting that big screen out there. Pease kicks it over. Conrad for 3, no good, air ball. Conrad, the 5'11 junior, had a good look from the top of the key. Might not have got his feet set completely and shot an air ball out of bounds to Maysville.
Yeah, he shot that pretty quick.
Had more time than he anticipated. With this Maysville defense, you think you don't have much time. Most of the time you don't. That time he did. Just didn't get his feet set. So here comes Maysville. Maysville trails by 4. Nichols goes hard to the hole. Kicks it out. Roerig for 3, no good. Rebound by Watson. Kicks it out to Nichols. Nichols goes to the hole. Has a shot and one. Gator Nichols got it to roll around the rim, and it went in for 2. He's going to have a chance for a 3-point play here.
And that's the kind of play that could spark Gator Nichols. That's the kind of things he does. He just keeps playing even when things aren't going his way, and then he makes a play like that, so we'll see what happens next.
Nichols, an excellent free throw shooter. Only has 4 tonight, averages 26 per game. But as we said earlier, he and Watson can score in spurts. This is Maysville's second trip to the line. They are 0 for 1. Shot up by Nichols. It is good. So 21-20. East Liverpool leads Maysville. 3:20 left here before halftime. Another different design defense here by Dave Brown's Maysville Panthers. Trapping in the corner, that leads to a turnover. Iden picks it off. Here come the Panthers. Jordan Watson to the hole, and they're going to call an offensive foul. I could see that coming from away. Jordan Watson, had he went straight up, Richard, and just shoots a nice jumper off the glass, it's no problem, but he leaned into.
Yeah, he had him. If he just does a good jump stop shot, he's got it. He leaned into the defender, and they're probably going to call that most of the time.
These athletic guys, Richard, they like jumping high and leaning into people. I never understood that. Just go straight up, but of course when you're 17 years old and that athletic, you don't think about that. Just easy bank shot off the glass. Here comes East Liverpool. They lead by 1. And now we're going to have a foul on. Is this going to be an offensive foul? They're going to get.
It's going to be an illegal screen, I think.
I think they're going to get Gavin Wright for an illegal screen. We had bodies flying around the free throw line there, and they got Gavin Wright with his second foul. Coach Cade Reynolds not happy. Cade Reynolds, a 2015 East Liverpool grad. He averaged 19 a game his senior year, but he's a Potter and has been a Potter his whole life. Just a young guy out there doing a good job with this Maysville, or with this East Liverpool Potter basketball team. Gator Nichols gets a good look at a 3, no good. Rebound going to be by Pease. Pease runs it down, goes in for the layup, good.
That was a great athletic play by Peace to knock that away and get the rebound.
East Liverpool leads by 3. Watson gets to the basket, good. Jordan Watson gets his 9th point of the night, 23-22. A lot of action here in this first half, coming up on 2 minutes here in the first half. Conrad being guarded, hands it to Pease. Pease back to Birch. Birch being guarded by Roerig. Another steal by Landon Iden in the same spot as the last one. Gets it to Ferguson, and he's being rode by Gavin Wright, and that's going to be Gavin Wright's 3rd foul. Gavin Wright, a 5'11 senior, averages 2.5 a game. I have a feeling that Wright's in there to play some defense. So a couple more subs check in. Julius Jones going to see his first action tonight, and Owen Fredericks, he's going to be checked back in for the Potters. So this is a 2-shot foul after 5 fouls. Ferguson, who's 0 for 1 tonight, he had to step in for Jordan Watson earlier for the blood on his uniform, knocks down the first free throw. Ferguson at 61%. Tie game, 23-23. A lot of action here in this district semifinal at the Eco Center. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Blake Atkins. Potters get it across the court, and we have another turnover by East Liverpool. That time, Quentin Conrad had some miscommunication with Julius Jones. He ended up traveling with the ball.
Yeah, it's their 4th turnover this quarter, 8th turnover for the game.
And I believe that's their 3rd in a row. The problem is for Maysville right now, they just haven't converted on these turnovers from East Liverpool. Roerig hands it to Nichols. Nichols got a wide open lane, goes up strong, good. Gator Nichols, 7 points, 25-23. Maysville retakes the lead. Here come the Potters. Peace gets it across. Being guarded by Gator Nichols, and now Jordan Watson double teams him. Almost another turnover. Peace gets it back. Both teams playing hard defensively. In the Atkins, almost an offensive foul. Good block there. Good block there by Kane Roerig. Maysville thought it went off of the East Liverpool.
Well, Dave, I'm a long way away, but I think I agree with them. I think
it might have rolled off the Potters player's arm, but can't do no review here. Inbounds, and this one could be a turnover almost. Wide open is Atkins, who kicks it out to Fredericks. Shoots a 3, barely dries iron, and man, that's just a great athletic play. How he caught the rebound and then laid it in was Blake Atkins, was beyond me. So we're tied at 25 with 41 seconds. Coach Dave Brown says, let's pull it out, Gator, make him come guard you. The clock is on, so the 5-second count was on, I should say. 28 seconds. Dave Brown could be thinking we're getting a 2-for-1 possession here, because they will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. The arrow is pointing in their favor. Once again, Gator takes it out close to the scorer's table. Between his legs, they start attacking with 10 seconds. Hands it to Roerig, back to Gator. Gator may have been fouled. Goes to the hole, lays it in. 2 points Gator. East Liverpool's not going to get a shot off. It looked good from here, but if that thing would have went in from 90 feet, that would have been amazing. So, at the end of the first half here at the Eco Center in St. Clairsville, Maysville leads East Liverpool 27-25. You are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash ICON.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
We've reached tournament time in high school boys basketball. OHSAA sectionals start Monday, February 17th. 7 state champions will be crowned at the UD Arena in Dayton on March 21st and on March 22nd. James Weber will be my guest. He covers high school sports for the Cincinnati Enquirer. One team from the southwest corner of the state made a regular season run in Division III for the ages. The Aiken Falcons started 21-0 before a loss at Trotwood Madison to end the regular season. 21-1, but still a perfect 10-0 in conference play. James and I will discuss the Falcons and a possible run to Dayton next. This is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. James Weber is my guest. He covers high school sports for the Cincinnati Enquirer. The second highest ranked boys basketball team in the state in Division III is the Aiken Falcons. They're a 1 seed in Region 12, a 21-1 regular season that concluded with a loss at Trotwood Madison, another 1 seed in that region. James says the non-conference loss could be a good thing for Aiken.
It's a really good test. Win or lose is a really good test for Aiken to go up there and play them, just to see what they need to work on. Because that's what Aiken's been doing all year. They've been playing some really tough teams out of league. They beat Lakota East, the bigger school from the Greater Miami Conference, the Division I school. They played McNicholas, who made a long run last year. They have several great non-league opponents that they hope will help them win once they get to the tournament. Because a lot in their league, the Cincinnati Metro, there are a lot of teams that aren't quite at their level, so they get a lot of easy games in that league. So they really wanted to beef up their non-conference schedule because last year they were in Division I and they lost to a good Oak Hills team, but now they're in Division III and they think they can make a long run. And playing outside of the league, you can play a lot of different styles and a lot of different types of teams. Where the CMAC, a lot of up and down, pressure defense, fast pace, and some of the teams they play in the tournament will be kind of slower, more defensive minded. And I know Trotwood's not the way because that game was like 78-76, I believe. I think Aiken really learned a lot from losing to Oak Hills last year. Oak Hills is like hard-nosed defensive team and then ended up beating them. So I think that's what they get from Trotwood. And I think win or lose would be a good test of what they need to see, when they get into the tournament.
21-0 is still 21-1 is still pretty incredible. What do you expect in the Division III in like a general sense from the southwest corner of the state?
Well, there's some really good teams in there because when you talk about hard-nosed defense, LaSalle from the GCL South is in Division III now, and then Aiken end up in the district final, I believe. That'll be an interesting contrast in styles if that happens because they'll be the same type of team as in Oak Hill because the GCL, Elder, Moeller, St. Xavier are in that league, and then LaSalle plays similar style. They hold the score down. They hard-nosed defense. They got mainly their lineup is their 4 best football players who are all big, strong guys, and that could be a game to look out for in that bracket. And then like I said, LaSalle's had a record's not too great. They're like 11-10, but again, they play a really tough schedule, and they've lost to their bigger schools in the GCL South. So that could be a tough matchup for them. And then just going back in rest of Division III, because then they have Baden, who had a great run last year to regional final and regional semifinals in Division II. They're another GCL team, tough, hard-nosed team, but they would play Trotwood in regional semis, and then. So between those 3 teams, it'll be a good bracket. And like you said, the regional semis would be like Aiken, LaSalle, and then Baden playing Trotwood. So, and then, Baden's a team that could give Trotwood a hard time as well, just with the way they play defense.
I'm Eric Reeser, and this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
Back to the Eco Center here. Mike Snively and Richard Hall. Division 4 East District Regional Semifinal. Maysville leads East Liverpool 27-25 in a really interesting first half. A first half where East Liverpool played with physicality, shot the ball pretty well, and I'm going to go over and hung really, really tight with his Maysville outfit. So, first for East Liverpool, we'll go over some scoring. Cohen Pease, he had a basket and 2 free throws for 4 points. Nate Birch, the leading scorer on the team, had a 3 in the first quarter, and that's all he had for the quarter, 3 points. The big factors in the scoring department for East Liverpool was Blake Adkins. He averages 9 points a game, but he had 5 baskets and was 1 for 2 of the line for 11 points. So Blake Adkins, the leading scorer for the Potters, 11 points. Gavin Wright had a basket for 2 points. Deshaun Kirby had 2 baskets and a free throw for 5 points. For Maysville, Gator Nichols came alive in that second quarter where he scored 7 points. He had another basket in the first quarter for 9 points. So total, first half total for Gator, 9 points. Gavin Ferguson made a basket and made a free throw. He was 1 for 3 from the line, 3 points for Gavin Ferguson. Landon Iden hit a 3 in the first quarter, 3 points. Kane Rorig hit a 3 in the first quarter for 3 points. And Jordan Watson made 3 twos and a 3 for 9 points. So that's the scoring for both teams. What's the statistics looking over there like, Richard?
Well, I'll tell you, East Liverpool for the first half, 10 for 17 from the floor. Pretty nice shooting night for them. Maysville, on the other hand, 11 for 18. But I think a telling stat here in the second quarter, in the paint, East Liverpool was 5 for 7. A lot of layups for the Potters to attack the Panthers here in the second quarter. 8 turnovers for East Liverpool in the first half compared to 5 for Maysville. Rebounding pretty close. The Potters are up on are ahead in rebounding, 13-11 over the Maysville Panthers. So, as the score would indicate, pretty closely played game. But if you're Maysville, I think it's a bit of a concern. The paint points for East Liverpool being 5 for 7 that second quarter. Maysville's interior defense is going to have to stiffen up a little bit here in the second half.
100% agree. It did look like in that second quarter, Richard, that they were piecing together certain plays and schemes that were getting wide open layups underneath. Not necessarily wide open, but good looks at the basket. And let's be honest, East Liverpool missed about 4 or 5 of them, or they could probably have the lead here at halftime. Another factor, too, here is Maysville averages about 13 made threes a game, and they only have 4 in the first half. 4 made threes in the first half. East Liverpool, I think their length, too, and their physicality has helped them defensively against Maysville's potent offense. They do have some bigger built guys, including Deshaun Kirby, who I just got a text from our friend said, that looks like a Division I tight end out there. He's just a big guy, but that guy can pass the ball.
Sure can. He's built, but he's a nice athlete. I think one thing we haven't talked much about is Quentin Conrad has done a good job on Gator Nichols. Really, yes. unless Maysville screens and gets him away from Nichols has had a hard time scoring on Conrad.
Yes, and that's another good point. All right, so we're going to start this second half. Maysville probably really enjoyed getting that 2 points and getting the ball second half here. So a little 2-for-1 possession. They lead by 2. Watson enters the ball to Gator Nichols. Nichols hands it to Iden. Iden had a pretty good look, thought about it, did not shoot it. Over to Rorik. Rorik's going to have a wide open Watson, and I thought for a second Watson struggled with that layup, but he makes it. But that was a great out of the halftime call there by Coach Brown. That was a wide open layup for Jordan Watson, and that gives him 11 points. Maysville crowd starting to get into it, clap their hands a little bit. Maysville looking to go on them patting the runs, and that ball goes off of Kirby, turnover East Liverpool.
Yeah, on that last possession, Maysville did a great job of having multiple screens on that possession, more so than what we noticed the first half.
Yes. Indian Valley leads John Glenn 32-27 at Dean Ford Gymnasium in Cambridge. So Indian Valley by 5 over John Glenn. Iden to Nichols. Nichols goes up, and he's going to be blocked hard from behind by Kirby. And here come the Potters. Quentin Conrad on the left side, being guarded by Iden. Conrad and Iden does a great job as a great on-ball defender. Is one of the better ones you're going to see in the area. Kirby with another nice pass. A little fastball handled there, but it's kicked back out. Pease, who hasn't got a whole much of a look for three outside, makes a nice pass, and that's knocked out of bounds, and that goes off of Blake Atkins. Another turnover for East Liverpool.
Second turnover for the Potters here this quickly in the third quarter.
Let's see if the Panthers can convert on these turnover opportunities. Nichols gets it across half court, brings it up the right side of the floor. This is a little bit different. Hands it to Watson in the middle. Watson shakes and bakes. Nothing doing. Kicks it over to Rorig. Rorig has a pretty good look at a three. No good. Rebound by Rock, who had 2 fouls in the first half. Kicks it back out to Iden. To Watson. Watson from the top key. Yes! Jordan Watson knocks down a three. He's got 14 on the night. Here come the Panthers. They lead 32-25. Potters kick it over to Birch. Birch spins. Kicks it to Atkins. Atkins with a nice move. Shakes and bakes. No good. Rebound by Landon Iden. And this is an interesting call here. Did they get Kane Rorig for a... Kane Rorig's going to be called for his second foul. This looked way after the play. Way after the play. So Kane Rorig's going to pick up his second. East Liverpool gets possession, and they get it in, and a nice easy layup there by Blake Atkins. Makes it a 5-point lead for Maysville. Rorig goes up, loses the handle. Here comes East Liverpool. Down the field's Atkins, wide open. Atkins, he's got 15 on the night. Once again, he only averages 9. He's got 15 already here early in this third quarter. 32-29 Maysville. Just when you think Maysville go on that run and pull away, they can't do it. Nichols gets to the basket. He's got 2. He's in double digits. 11 for Gator. Here comes the Potters right back. They just chuck a football pass down the court. Ball goes up. Banks open. Nate Birch. He hits it. 34-31. Nichols down the right side again. Screened by Rock. Nichols pulls it out. Good ball handler. Gets to the hole again. He's fouled and one. Gator Nichols just getting to the basket every time now, and I think Dave Brown has found something, and he's using it.
I think there was a lot of discussion at halftime, Mike, about being aggressive and taking the ball to the basket if you're Gator Nichols.
Yes. So that foul was on, can't tell if that's on number 1 or number 3, and they have 1 foul. Foul's on number 1. So Cohen Peace picks up his first foul. Foul shot up by Nichols, good. And Maysville leads by 6. 4:45 left in the third. Maysville looking to go on one of their spurt ability runs. Kirby, big man, spins, drives, maybe 3 seconds in the lane, gets it up, no good. Good defense there by Rorig. Rorig gets the rebound, kicks it to Jordan Watson. Over to Nichols. Nichols is going to have a look. He's got a wide open 3. Bang! 3-pointer, Gator Nichols. And Cade Reynolds is going to get a timeout as they trail by 9 now. 40-31 with 4:18 left here in the third quarter. You are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash Icon.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
We're back here live from the friendly confines of the Eco Center here in St. Clairsville, where Maysville has stretched out to a 40-31 9-point lead, 40-31 as they lead East Liverpool. Gator Nichols starting to catch fire, has 17 now. Nice out of bounds play to Deshaun Kirby, who goes right down Broadway for 2. Back to a 7-point game. Nichols going to get a ball screen by Roerig. Nichols goes to the hole, kicks it out to Roerig. Roerig tried to get it to Watson. Watson was open for a split second. Watson is going to get fouled, and let's see who they get on this foul.
Looks like it's Kirby.
That's going to be Kirby's second. The only one in foul trouble right now for East Liverpool is Gavin Wright. He has 3. And Maysville, Cade Rock got 2 early ones, but he's back in playing now. Checking in for the Potters will be Owen Fredericks. He's going to check in for big man Deshaun Kirby. And he is a presence. Inbounds here for Maysville. Defended well by East Liverpool. Watson this time loses his handle as it gets knocked out of bounds by East Liverpool. Panthers will retain possession. The winner of this game will play the winner of John Glenn Indian Valley. Indian Valley right now currently leads by 5 at halftime against John Glenn. Watson over to Gator Nichols, who knocks down another 3. He's at 20 points for the night, and it's a 10-point lead for Maysville. And Nichols is chirping. He's talking. The defense is moving. The fans are up, and it's a turnover. People's on the ground, and we're going to have a jump ball. Bodies all over the place. Good hustle, good sportsmanship right there. That's tournament basketball for you.
Sure is, and now it's getting louder and louder in here. Both East Liverpool and Maysville getting excited.
Yep, and Maysville knows when the crowd knows when they need to get involved, and they did right there. They got it to a 43-33 lead here with 3:09 left in the third. Inbounds to Birch. Birch shoots, no good. Rebound by Atkins. Atkins over to Conrad. And that's another turnover, another steal by Landon Iden, and he threw it away. So Landon Iden, maybe a little miscommunication there with Jordan Watson. Got the steal, but then proceeded to throw it back out of bounds, so East Liverpool will retain possession. Iden's probably got 4 steals on the night. 10-point lead here for the Panthers. East Liverpool to the hole, no good. Rebound by Watson. Out to Cade Rock. Cade Rock with the layup, good. Cade Rock with his first 2 of the night. It's a 12-point lead. Here come the Panthers. Here comes the energy from Southtown. Rock defending Pease. Gets a screen up top. Pease dribbles, kicks it. Turnover, steal by guess who? Landon Iden, who kicks it to Roerig. Here comes Jordan Watson. Kicks it over to Gator. Why not? Shoot a 3. Bang! Gator Nichols from 26 feet. And all of a sudden, it's a 15-point deficit here for the Potters. Back come the Potters. Blocked shot, but there's going to be a foul called on Kane Roerig. Kane Roerig is going to be called for his 3rd foul. And that may have Coach Brown and Coach Jared Cox making a move to the bench. Looks like Gavin Ferguson's going to check in.
Yeah, Blake Atkins did a great job of getting underneath the defender there and then calls the foul.
Atkins up, only a 48% free throw shooter, but he looks much better than that. Knocks that one down. Gavin Ferguson checks in for Roerig. And this is the Maysville spurts we talk about, Richard. They just come down and start hitting threes after they turn you over. Second shot up, no good. Kirby, strong rebound, straight up, used his verticality, good. So it turns out to be a three-point play on that possession for the Potters. So Nichols, 14 in the quarter, 3 straight threes in the quarter. Maysville has 4 threes in the quarter. Jordan Watson steps back for 3, no good. Rebound by Kirby. The pesky Potters trying to bite into this 12-point lead. They're going to shoot a 3, and that's Quentin Conrad for 3. Goes off the glass, no good. That's a good, strong rebound and good position there by Jordan Watson. They're going to call that foul on number 10, Blake Atkins. That's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah, he did a great job of checking out right there, and Atkins went over the back.
And a lot of people forget, Maysville's not small. You got Cade Rock is 6'4". You got Kane Roerig 6'5", and Jordan Watson is a long 6'3" out there on the court right now.
Good.
Speaking of Watson, kicks it over to Ferguson. Ferguson's got a wide open bucket, and he's going to knock it down. Gavin Ferguson, his 5th point of the night. Timeout, Maysville. Coach Brown wants to talk it over, and he's going to make it a full timeout, and we'll take it with him. Maysville leads East Liverpool 50-36 with 1:06 left in the 3rd quarter. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash Icon.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash Icon WILE Cambridge.
Back to the Eco Center. Mike Snively and Richard Hall. Maysville owns a 14-point lead here late in the 3rd quarter against East Liverpool. Kirby, big man, hands it to Nate Birch. Nate Birch been relatively quiet tonight. Nice give and go there. No, misses the layup though. Rebound by Iden, who hands it to Gator Nichols. Nichols gets to the basket, spins. Nice pass to Cade Rock. Cade Rock with his 4th point on the night. It's 52-36 Maysville. 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Dave Brown's got the clap going. He's out on the floor cheering on his defense. Pease gets to the hole. Kicks it over to Birch. Nate Birch for 3. No good. Strong rebound there by Owen. And we're going to have an offensive foul on number 4. That's Julius Jones.
That's a good call.
That was a really good call. And right now, the doors are opening here for Maysville. They lead by 16. They're going to get the last shot here and the possession to start the 4th quarter. So 9 seconds. Here comes Gator. Gator being guarded by Conrad. Between the legs 3 or 4 times. Back, steps back on a 3. Yes! Gator Nichols in fuego.
Wow, what a shot.
So at the end of 3 here at the Eco Center, Maysville leads East Liverpool 55-36. You are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash ICON.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
Back to Maysville. Maysville leads by 19, and another nice pass, but a good block there by Kirby. Throws another baseball pass down, and that's what East Liverpool's kind of been doing most of the night. Quentin Conrad gets the layup as the Potters beat the Panthers down the floor. So 55-38, 17-point lead here for the Panthers. Richard, you said that scoring run was what in the third quarter?
It was outstanding. It was at 28-11.
28-11 scoring differential
in the third quarter for the Panthers.
They just came unglued, and that's a foul on East Liverpool. And that's on Gavin Wright. That's his fourth. Foul committed on the floor, so Maysville underneath to Watson. Watson's turnaround jumper, no good, short. Landon Iden tries to track it down, and that's a great hustle play by number 11, Landon Iden. Always got his nose in the thick of things and caused another turnover there for East Liverpool. We do have a halftime update from the OAC tournament. Muskingum leads Otterbein 42-35. 7-point lead for the Muskies. Gator Nichols, again, likes what he sees, goes to the hole, misses it, no good. Rebound by Kirby. Here come the Potters. Conrad down the middle of the floor. Kicks it out. Back to Conrad. Conrad to the right, spins, goes up strong, and he's going to be fouled by Gator Nichols. Gator picks up his first foul on the night. I'm sorry, that's his second on the night. And that's going to send Quentin Conrad to the line, who is a 63% free throw shooter. He's going to go shoot two. First one's up. No good. Back iron. Kane Rorig's going to check back in for Cade Rock. (55-38). Maysville leads the Potters. Fourth quarter here, 6:50 to go. Second shot up good by Conrad. Now, East Liverpool's going to have to pick up the pressure, and they do pick up man-to-man full court. It's going to bring Jordan Watson across, who's going to have a good lane to the basket, but they're going to call foul on Blake Atkins. That's going to be his fourth. Atkins did not like it. I thought maybe it was just out of bounds on Atkins, but they called him for the foul. He's going to talk with the officials about it. He's going to send Jordan Watson to the line. Watson has 14 on the night. He's going to shoot two. He's a 79% free throw shooter. Watson, the 6'3" junior. You hear junior a lot with his Maysville team. They're all juniors, just about. First shot up, no good. Nate Burks checks in for Blake Atkins, who picked up his fourth. Watson calmly, about 3 inches behind the free throw line, shoots his second one good. 56-39. And they're going to get a cheapie on Landon Iden. So East Liverpool has 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter, team fouls, and that's Maysville's first team foul in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes left in the game in Cambridge, and Indian Valley in full control over John Glenn, 53-38, so 15-point lead for Indian Valley over John Glenn. Winner of that game will play the winner of this one. East Liverpool throwing it all over the half court here. Kirby has a shot from 14 feet, shoots it up and good.
He's had a nice game, Mike.
He has. That puts him in double figures. He's got 11 for the night. Really impressed with him. Not only his basketball skills, but he's got a real good, he's a good passing big man. Maysville leads by 15. Roerig bodied up, kicks it out. I'm sorry, that was Watson got bodied up, kicked it out to Roerig, who Roerig just knocks down another 3. That's his 6th point of the night. And they're going to have a foul on Landon Iden. Landon Iden, on-ball defender, picks up his 2nd foul in as many possessions. It's going to be his 2nd. So both teams with 2 team fouls here in the fourth. We may see, Richard, a situation where East Liverpool's going to have to foul and send Maysville to the line. Maysville leads by 18.
Yeah, they're going to get a lot more aggressive defensively.
Pease gets a pretty good look. One of his first good looks he's had all night, and he knocks down a 3. And it's 59-44. 5:33 in the game. Nichols straight to the hole. 2 more for Gator. And then East Liverpool stepped across the line, inbounding it, and that's a turnover. Maysville will get the ball back, up 17 with 5:25 left here.
You don't see that called very often anymore.
No. You just wonder if somebody jumped in front of a passer's vision and caused that. And that's going to be a foul on the big man, Kirby. Kirby picks up his 3rd. Kirby's had an excellent game, averages about 6.5 a game, but he's got 11 on the night. So that's a 3rd team foul on both teams. Inbound by Ferguson. Finds Nichols. Nichols' little fadeaway, no good. Rebound by Birch. Birch gets it across to the hole. Up off the glass and good. Nate Birch with his 7th point on the night. Just half of his average, though. He averages 14. I think Maysville's done a really good job defensively on that man. This time, Nichols to the left. Was kicked, a nice kick out there, tip out by Gavin Ferguson, who got it to Roerig, but Roerig took an extra step. Just lost the handle on the ball, caused that extra step travel on Maysville. 4:50 left and ticking in the game. Maysville leads by 15. Ferguson guarding Pease. Pease, nice little step through into Kirby. Kirby shoots a 5-foot shot, 4 feet, and it goes out of bounds. The air ball goes out of bounds off of East Liverpool, so it'll be Maysville ball. Things getting a little ugly here in the last few minutes, Richard.
Yeah, it really is. Just sloppy play by more so East Liverpool than Maysville, but they keep trying to attack, so give them credit. They're trying to hang in there, but Maysville's just in command of this game.
And Maysville's not one of these teams where they like to slow her down. They want to attack. But it looks like they're going to pull it out, and they've got 5 guys spaced out about as far as you can. They're going to give it to Nichols, who kicks it over to Iden. Iden thought about the 3, said no, takes it in and out. Rebound by Pease. Here comes East Liverpool. And another backcourt foul on Landon Iden. That's his 3rd in this quarter, all in the backcourt. And that's going to be 4 team fouls. So the next team foul on Maysville, East Liverpool will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. And that's one thing you don't want to do, is have a team shooting free throws with the clock stopped when you're up 15. Birch being guarded by Ferguson. Kicks it out. 3-point attempt there, air ball. And that shot attempt was by Gavin Wright, but it went off of Jordan Watson, so it's going to remain East Liverpool basketball with 3:57 left. 61-46. Deshaun Kirby checks back in for the Potters. Inbounds here for East Liverpool. Gets it to Kirby. Kirby backs down Watson. Kicks it out to Conrad. Conrad shoots a three, no good. Rebound, Kirby. East Liverpool retains possession. Pease down the lane. Kicks it. Birch. Birch shoots a three. A forced three maybe, and that's an air ball, and that's going to go out of bounds. Out of bounds to Maysville. Cade Rock checks in for Gavin Ferguson. 3:38 here left. Maysville looking to take a little bit of time off the clock here. The clock is on their side. Nichols being guarded by Wright. Gets it across half court. And he's going to stand in the corner like we've seen tonight, Richard. Let's see if he gets an open lane. Here comes a trapper. Kick it over to Rorig. Rorig has a wide open, almost too wide open, shoots an air ball, and there's going to be a run-out basket here for the Potters, and that was Blake Adkins. All of a sudden, it's a 13-point lead with 3:08 left here in the fourth quarter.
You know, if you're Maysville, you want to manage the clock, but you still want to stay aggressive.
No doubt. They try to double-team Gator, and that's what they're going to have to do now. So they're playing keep away right now. It's almost like they're like, you're going to have to foul us because we're not going to give it back to you. Iden does take a three, though. And guess what? Knocks it down. Landon Iden with his second three on the night. He's got 6. And we've got a timeout on the floor. And we're going to keep it right here during the timeout. It's 64-48. Maysville leads East Liverpool. I want to hit our game sponsors again. Allen Hunter, State Farm, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Surgent Construction, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, and Wakefield Dental. We are also going to give a Lock 9 pizza away tonight to a Maysville player. And one score update from the Bradley lending team with First Home Finance. Scoreboard update. John Glenn trails Indian Valley 53-38. So a 15-point lead for the Braves over John Glenn. So it's almost looking like right now we're going to have a Indian Valley Maysville matchup for a district final, Richard.
Yeah, it sure does. And, you know, that should be a good one. Indian Valley is very, talented, very athletic. Obviously, we know all about Maysville. That has a feel to it that could be a great district final basketball game.
Indian Valley, obviously, just coming off that state football championship. The athletic program there is just running superbly there for them right now. Back to action. Birch thought he was going to get away with that travel for a second. But when 800 people yell walk, I think the referee better step in and say, okay. So turnover there by East Liverpool. 2:29 left in the game. Maysville leads by 16. This time Jordan Watson's going to bring it up against Fredericks. Watson gets to the goal. Nice pass into Rorig. Spin, and Rorig was just standing there wide open, waiting to make that basket. It's an 18-point lead for Maysville.
And that's a great example why you don't realize how much size Maysville has, because they handle the ball so well.
They do. They all handle it well. Pease goes in, knocks down 2. For big guys, they handle well, and they can all get to the basket. 66-50. Back to Watson. Watson, another layup here for Rorig. Rorig says, I'm just going to hang down here in the paint and let Jordan Watson find me, and I'm just going to get my scoring average up. Nice pass there by Watson. Smart play there by Rorig. 68-50. Maysville leads. Basket up, no good for East Liverpool. Rebound, nice strong rebound there by Blake Atkins. He knocks down 2. And Coach Reynolds would like to take a timeout. He wants a full timeout, and we'll take it with him. With 1:29 left here in the fourth quarter, Maysville leads East Liverpool 68-52. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash ICON.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
Back to the Eco Center here in St. Clairsville. Mike Snively and Richard Hall. Division 4 district semifinal here in the East District. Maysville leads East Liverpool 68-52 in a game that was just a 2-point game at halftime. 27-25 Maysville left, has now at times ballooned up to an 18-point game. Now just a 16-point game, but Maysville in full control. Iden with the long pass to Jordan Watson. Watson's going to come up with it and just jacks a three. 1-on-1. Why not? Why not? And we have an East Liverpool player hurt on the play, and I believe it's Blake Atkins, who I think possibly going up for the ball may have come down on Jordan Watson's ankle and twisted his ankle in that scrum.
Yeah, he went down immediately on that long pass and did not get back up.
And then Watson would have had a wide open lane for a layup and decided to shoot the three and knocks it down. So it looks like Atkins gets up and walks it off, tries to walk it off, but trying to put weight on it. Didn't go so well on that first step. He's hobbling pretty good, Richard.
Yeah, he is. Unfortunately for him, not the way he wants to finish the game tonight. Hopefully he's all right.
Gator Nichols went over and gave him a pat on the back and said, hope you're okay. So we're going to get back to action. Just 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter. 71-52, Maysville leads East Liverpool. Here comes Pease across the timeline, being guarded by Nichols, who kicks it out to Fredericks. Air ball, rebound by Roehrig. Gives it to Gator. Coach Brown's going to clear the bench. And there's a turnover. Nate Birch with the steal. Birch from way downtown. No good. And the ball gets kicked around over to Pease, who knocks down a three. And Coach, we have a late foul. We have a late foul. And I did not catch what number, who they got on that foul. They called that on Maysville. That's interesting.
Yeah, they called that on
Cade Rock?
Cade Rock. No. Roehrig.
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 Okay.
That's fouls on Roehrig.
That's his fourth. Now, that's interesting because Pease, who hits the three, then the foul's called directly after that. They're going to get another possession here. They could have a 6 or 7 point possession depending on what happens here.
Actually, it's going to be a 2-shot foul.
Wow. So it could be a 5-point possession here.
Gavin Wright's going to the line for the Potters for 2 free throws.
We've got some Gators. We got some new Panthers in tonight. We got Cohen Llewellyn is in, and Cade Pickrell's in for the Panthers. First shot up by Gavin Wright, no good. Just a 25% free throw shooter. Misses the first one. His first trip to the line tonight. (71-55). Maysville in full control here. Second shot up and good by Gavin Wright. 15-point game. Gavin Ferguson gets it across the court. He's being reached all over and no foul call, but Maysville retains possession and they're going to find, Landon Iden finds a wide open Cohen Llewellyn. 2 points for this 5'10 junior Llewellyn, I should say, Llewellyn. Another Potters on the attack, and there's going to be a foul, and Potters are going to clear the bench now. They're going to bring in 5 new gentlemen. And the Maysville cheerleaders and student section starting to feel the victory here. Pease first shot up, no good. East Liverpool's going to bring in Dre Brown, Maddox Roach, Dracheim Abercrombie, Elliott Fitch, and I'm looking at the number sitting on the bench waiting to come in for Pease, but I can't quite see that number right now. So Pease' second shot is up and good, and that will wrap up the night for Pease. That's going to be number 13 checking in. I don't have a 13 on my roster. So 33 seconds, 73-57, 16-point lead here for the Maysville Panthers. Going to advance to the district final to take on likely opponent Indian Valley. Cutler Carnes in now for the Panthers, as is Owen Larimer. Carnes just going to kind of dribble it out here. And that's going to wrap things up here from the Eco Center in St. Clairsville. Final score in the East District Semifinal Division 4, Maysville 73, East Liverpool 57. We're going to tabulate some stats, and we'll be back. You are watching and listening to high school basketball on YRP TV and Nash ICON.
Doan Ford is proud to introduce the ultimate adventure companion, the Bronco 4-door advanced 4x4 Badlands. With a powerful 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine and 7-speed manual transmission, conquer any terrain with confidence. Featuring a soft-top 4-inch lift and massive 35-inch tires. Adventure knows no bounds. Stay connected and in control with an 8-inch digital screen while enjoying added convenience with power-heated mirrors and auto high-beam headlamps. Plus equipped with a Smitty-built winch. Be prepared for any challenge. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. DoanFord.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? my eyes filled with tears. And on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON WILE Cambridge.
Back to the Eco Center here in St. Clairsville. Mike Snively, Richard Hall. We're wrapping up the night here as Maysville takes out the East Liverpool Potters tonight, 73-57, in a game that was just a 27-25 score, 2-point lead for Maysville at halftime. Turns out to be an 18-point victory, thanks to a strong quarter by Gator Nichols and the Maysville Panthers. It does look like Maysville will be taking on Indian Valley, and this game is wrapping up. I have a score right now of Indian Valley 65 and John Glenn. That's going to be a final. Indian Valley is going to take out John Glenn 65-54. So we will see a district final in Division 4 with Maysville and Indian Valley. And my first guess is Muskingum University. Richard, I mean, they've played there before, and I know it's the one night they can host. We don't know for sure. We're just speculating, but that seems like a logical location for that game to be. But what an effort here tonight by the Maysville Panthers in the second half, especially the third quarter, where, like we said earlier, it was a 27-25 game Maysville at half, and they outscored East Liverpool. Did you have that written down?
Yeah, in the third quarter, Maysville just went on a tear, quite frankly, 28-11 in the third quarter, which that was the deciding factor of the game. Now, you know, East Liverpool did outscore Maysville in the fourth quarter, but it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, so basically, hey, my man Jared, can I take you for a second? Yeah. I'm going to steal you. All right, perfect. Hey, we got to...
Dave put me in charge.
All right. So. You guys are getting used to this stuff.
Well, I guess.
First of all, I want to thank Richard for giving up his earpiece to Jared. Jared, I mean, it's like the movie Groundhog Day, the last several times I've had you guys. I mean, it's a 27-25 halftime score, and then it was Gator's turn. He scored 17 in the third, including 4 straight three-point baskets. You were up 2 at half, and now it's a 19-point lead. And you had that spurt ability again.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts?
You know, we just keep telling our guys, you know, stay the course. Stay the course, stay the course. You know, we'll wear on teams. You know, our pressure, you know, we get up and down. Like, we'll just wear them out. You know, and it really helps when you have really good players like Gator and Jordan.
Right.
You know, Kane Rohrig came up big tonight. I think he had like 10 points and 10 rebounds or something crazy like that.
He had 10 points for sure, yes.
You know, that makes it a lot easier when you have really good players. But, you know, we've known for a long time, like, we're a second half team, and we just, you know, we told them at halftime, you know, part of the way through the third quarter, just stay the course, stay the course, stay the course.
Yes. Well, I tell you, I'm not sure if you know for sure, but you're going to be playing Indian Valley.
I did know that.
Okay, it's going to be, they won by 9. They beat John Glenn. Any familiarity with Indian Valley this year?
Well, not necessarily this year. I mean, we watched them play John Glenn earlier in the year. It was right around the new year.
It was, December 30th, correct.
Yeah.
John Glenn was a 4-point winner that night, but I believe Riker Williams played that game sick.
Yeah,
he did.
And, you know, they've played a couple of similar opponents, you know, here in the tournament trail, like they played Claymont. So we've watched them a little bit, not specifically them, but teams they've played, and so a little bit of familiarity. But this may not shock you. This will, I think, be the 4th year in a row we've played them in the tournament.
I think so. And where specifically have you been playing them? I know 1 year was a Muskingum for sure.
Yeah, so I want to say 4 years ago it was at their place in the sectional.
In the sectional, okay.
And then at Muskingum 3 years ago, or maybe this was 2 years ago, and then we played them last year at Zanesville High School in the district final. So we've played them a handful of times the last couple of years.
Zanesville won't be an option
because the regional girls.
Regional girls, so
Yeah.
we're probably thinking, we're
Muskingum?
just speculating Muskingum.
Yeah.
We are definitely, and Cambridge is a
Yeah.
possibility
Yep.
now. We don't know, we don't know. We're just speculating. But Gator's going to be our player of the game. He's going to win the Lock 9 pizza. But, you had so many guys doing what they normally do. You picked up the tempo. You created a lot of turnovers. I'm not sure exactly how many turnovers you created tonight. I think Landon Iden himself had 6
Yeah,
steals. So.
that's, without going, we talk about scoring, a lot of people talk about scoring.
Right.
And we've got 2 guys, all of our guys really, but we've got 2 guys who really have bought in defensively the last couple weeks.
Yes.
And Landon is one of those.
Right.
His ability the last couple weeks to pressure the ball, and, he's just he's so quick.
One of the better on-ball defenders.
Yeah, he's
no
just
doubt.
a pest.
He is.
If he was guarding me, I'd be
Right.
so frustrated.
Exactly.
And that doesn't go in the scorebook.
No,
but
it does not.
But it had a great impact on tonight's game.
Yes.
He did a really good job on the Pease kid. And
that's another thing, too. I think Pease was, a couple people. Pease averaged
14.
Well, I had him at 12 and a half, but he had 13. But the big one was Birch.
Yeah.
Nate Birch averaged 14 around there. He had 11 threes in a game one time this year. He had just 7. So I had him with just 7. So I thought you guys did an excellent job on some of their big guns tonight. Kirby was a load. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And I thought he did a really good job interior passing. But that's an athletic team you beat tonight. That's a physical team. And for you guys to win 16 points convincingly, that says a lot to you and Dave and the team. You guys got it rolling. Your crowd showed up again tonight, and it's just going to get bigger Friday.
Yeah, that's that's something we tell our guys. Make sure we thank those guys. Like any chance you get, you see people out in the community because, every Tuesday and Friday they're there to support us. And,
they are.
We might have the best fans in the country.
Right now, and I'm telling you, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You might as well shut South Zanesville down, South down, because they show up in droves, and that's a credit to what's going on. This whole thing's a community-built thing, when nothing better than getting on a tournament run. One final thing, what do you think of this place?
I love this place. This is,
man.
We thought, coming in, one of our concerns was
the shooting background.
And when we came here to practice the other day, and after the first couple minutes, Dave and I looked, actually, we kind of shot it well, And our kids were we love these, we had similar baskets,
right?
At, OU and Dayton,
the
and
stanchions.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they kind of like it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's huge. It's well ran, and right now they've turned the coolers on up here. It's getting a little chilly up here, but
it's summertime outside. It's almost 60 degrees.
We got 2 sets of bleachers over here not even pulled out, so this place could hold. This might be the best place in the East District to hold a game if you had a huge game. But once again, Jared, congratulations.
Thank you.
If you could please hand this to Gator for me again. I'm sure Gator's won
will.
quite a few, but well deserving again. Good luck, and we will be seeing you Friday.
Appreciate it.
And who knows where. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you, Jared. Have a good one, buddy. All right. That was assistant coach Jared Cox. He knows his role. He and Dave get to come up, and they get to do the radio interviews. And Jared's, we probably interviewed Jared as much as we've interviewed Dave this year. So thank you to Jared Cox for his time. I'm going to go over some scoring here real quick. First for East Liverpool, Cohen Pease. He had 13 points on 3 for 4 from the line. Nate Birch had 7 points. Quentin Conrad had 4 points. Blake Atkins, who came in averaging 9, led the Potters with 20 points, and he was 2 for 4 from the line. Gavin Wright had 3 points, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And Deshaun Kirby had 11 points, and he was 1 for 1 for the line. Now for Maysville, Gator Nichols, he had 28 tonight, 2 for 2 from the line, but he hit 4 threes in a row in the third quarter, where he scored 17 points in the third quarter, so 28 total points for Gator. Cohen Llewellyn had 2 points. Gavin Ferguson was 1 for 3 from the line, but had 5 points. Cade Rock, two 2 baskets for 4 points. Landon Iden, I had him for 2 threes. I'm sorry. He had 6 points. Landon Iden was 6 points. Kane Roerig, he had 10 points on the night. And Jordan Watson had 18 points on the night, 1 for 2 from the line. And as a team, Maysville shot 4 for 7 from the line, and East Liverpool shot 8 for 13 from the line. Any stats you got over there that stick out, Richard?
Well, I'll tell you, we talked about Maysville's ability to shoot the three-pointer, and they did tonight, 11 for 21, 29 of 46 overall. That's a nice shooting night for the Maysville Panthers.
Yeah.
And then, East Liverpool didn't shoot the ball that poorly, 22 of 42, but only 3 of 14 from behind the arc for them. 14 turnovers for East Liverpool compared to 9 for Maysville.
And that's about their averages.
Yep.
Yeah.
East Liverpool did out-rebound the Panthers tonight, 27-21 unofficially. But I think the key here on you talked about Gator Nichols. He had 28, only had 2 in the first quarter, because I remember commenting he hasn't scored yet, and they're still battling here. He scored his first 2 late in the quarter, and then after that, you could just tell, I'm here to play, and that's typical Gator Nichols, and that's exactly what happened. But I'll tell you, they got great play out of the other guys tonight as well. Roerig had a nice night. Watson had a nice night consistently. And I'll tell you, Maysville is built for the tournament run. It'll be very interesting. They have the experience from last year, and that matters. I don't care what anybody says. That matters. Tournament's just a little bit different. And the farther you progress, the pressure builds a little bit more, but Maysville kids have been through that. And then, like you said earlier, I think the district finals is going to be very interesting because Indian Valley knows how to compete at a high level. They just won the state championship in football. So you package all that. That's a great district final contest, in my opinion.
It's going to be a fantastic district final. We do not know a location yet, but we will probably find out later tonight or first thing tomorrow. But it was once again, I wanted to thank everybody. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Mark Cook, cousin of mine, Cookie, the tournament director down here at OUE. He's going to have a doubleheader here tomorrow night, Division 5 doubleheader, 6 and 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So he's a busy man. But I want to go over our sponsors one more time and thank them. Allen Hunter State Farm, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Surgent Construction, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, and Wakefield Dental. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Brett Klein, our producer tonight. Dalton Gambita on the camera tonight. We had the A team down here tonight for sure, Richard. We're very lucky that these young men, these young, intelligent men can come down here and set this thing up within no time. And you good, fine folks can sit at home and eat your popcorn and watch it from the confines of your own couch. But thank you, everybody. It's been a wonderful night. For Richard Hall, I'm Mike Snively. Final score here from the Eco Center. Maysville 73, East Liverpool 57. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash ICON. High School Basketball is a presentation of AVC Sports.